Now we have learned all the flex related properties, right? We know
Yes.
flexbox properties, we know their default values, yeah, we know their values, correct? So knowing those values is not enough. So given an use case, you should be able to apply. Given any use case on any page, now you should see, okay, which properties to apply, how to apply. So for that you should be able to build any, single component in a page. In a page, any single component, if I ask you to do using flex, you should be able to do it. Yeah. So to that extent, you should learn flex, not just knowing, okay, it is easy, and then since there are so many properties, you should not end up, you know, getting confused now. There are 6 to 7 properties for parent. There are like 4 5 properties mainly for child, and then you get confused which one to apply. Okay. So now I'll show you how to just build this nav bar alone. This is one of the pattern. We have already learned one pattern, but we are not able to apply to that, right? Okay, let me just show you how to build this. Okay, so I'll not build exact text and all. So just understand that we try to build some not like same. Okay, so let me take, yeah. So first thing is, yeah. So we will have to write an HTML, correct? So which is very important thing. It is like we building skeleton. Yeah, the basic building block. Yeah, building block is actually HTML. On top of that, we can write a CSS. So it is very important we write HTML, right? Yeah, the appropriate element that we have to use, semantic element, is nav. Under nav, yeah, I can have, maybe a logo as one element, correct? So which could be like the mini maxing us, yeah, is the text that is there. And then yes, for usually for the menu items we use an UL, correct? So I can put a class called ul dot menu. Yeah, I would like to create menu. So in that I would like to have li. In the li I would like to have anchor tags for each of them. Okay, so I would like to repeat this li and a combination at least 4 times, so that I'll have those many number of links in the menu, right? Hit tab. Okay, now we'll fill all these hrefs with, you know a hash, which is nothing but it points to just the current page, correct? In this anchor tag I will write home. Okay, so let me just correct. I'll write home. This can be about, yeah, yeah, maybe features, products, contact us. So it is, so if we just learn one pattern like for one menu, then I think the other one is easy, very easy to do. Okay, so now I see uh, an HTML which can do this part. Yeah, I could see an HTML which is equivalent of this. Yeah, I'm not trying to do the exact, at least the approach. How do we apply flex? Since we are learning flex, now I'm just showing you how we can actually cover this. Fine. With this, yes, yeah. So HTML, or I'll say flexbox nav menu. One type of nav menu we are doing it. So is HTML clear? Clear. Now let's see. Okay. Yeah. So let's see how do we apply CSS. How do we write CSS? Yeah. So let's add some class for even nav also. Why? Yeah. Uh, Usually we will not have more than one element. Again, one of the CSS best practice is avoid, type selectors, right, for styles. Okay. So I'll say navbar. Navbar, I would like to make it display flex, so that my logo and the menu, right, they come in one line. They're in one line. Now there is a problem. I mean, yeah, the other problem that we need to solve is there is a space between this logo and the menu. How do I solve that using just flex property? Again, and parent element, I have to apply justify content space between, right? Now this is the
Yes.
thing. This is what is a space. Yes, there is a space maintained. Fine. It is not looking exact. Yes, still we'll make it. Fine. Now the next thing is, okay, let's apply for the menu, yeah, which is a UL menu. Okay, UL based menu, display flex. Now, now, okay, how do I add space between those elements? I cannot use justify content space between. Let's see why. When we understood the
Yes.
justify content, it's the space between or the spacing values, they work if there is a remaining space. Yeah. So let us see what is the remaining space. Border 1 pixel solid. Yeah. So for debugging quickly, for debugging, let's understand this. Border 1 pixel solid. See now. Now let's say you put space between. The menu does not have any extra space. Yeah, of course the anchor tags have a text decoration. Okay, let me remove that. Menu, under that if you get, yeah, li, you get an anchor tag. Yeah. Okay. Menu, under menu if you have li and then anchor tag. Okay. So what do? I do td none. And then, okay, list style type none. List style type none. Yeah. Actually this property should be applied to the menu only. I mean the li only. Correct? Not for the anchor tag, because this is applied for the list items.
Yes.
Correct? So you will get a lot of confusion, like why it is not working. No, thing is, if it has enough space, then only it will apply. So that's why this property doesn't work. Then what it will work? Which property is going to work now in this case? Now I'll have to see, I can use, for these li items. Yeah. Okay, for the li items, instead of li items, I would like to apply margin left. What is it? Margin left. Okay, margin left or margin right. For each of the items I have to apply margin right. Let's say 2%. Correct? You see there is a wrap which is happening. Yeah. uh, so this viewport size and what we are looking there is not exactly matching. Okay, let me put like, okay, 20 pixel or 1.5 rem instead of pixel. Here we should not be using pixel, right? Yeah, somewhat close to, yeah, our layout is somewhat close to what we want, but still there are some things missing. What is it? This min maxing and this content is not in the same line or in the same row. How do I achieve that? Yes, I can achieve that by
Padding.
applying, not using padding. Yes,
Oh,
people
align
will go
items.
for align item center on the
Yes.
main flex box. I've seen people using padding. No, that works.
Align
But
item.
then when already you are using flex,
Yes.
why don't we just do it easily with, you know,
Align item center.
center,
Yes.
isn't it? Now you
Yes.
need extra styling for, logo and all you need for menu, that you go on applying. Yeah. So, for the logo, I would like to say ML. Yeah. I would like to apply some 1.1 rem left padding so that it doesn't stick to the window. Maybe for menu also I can add some, but since I've given right, I think it's not required. Yeah, I'll remove border 1 pixel solid. Just I applied for debugging. Yeah. Do you see at least the layout is coming as we wanted? Now let's say for these items, if I increase the width, then obviously they will occupy more space. That is how, I mean, that is when, like, okay, this space kind of reduce. Yeah. So let's say if I increase the padding, okay, now I given margin right. but instead of margin right, I can even give padding right. Correct? What if I give even padding right and both padding left also, which is nothing but, okay, I'll say padding, okay, 0 1.5 rem, right? Yeah, top bottom 0. Yeah, anyhow anchor tag is an inline element, so top bottom is not going to work. Getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Font size I wanted to say, and font weight I wanted to say bold. Yes, now you have to apply the box model property, right? So this
Yes.
is what is actually, making a menu item using simple flexbox and layouting. So with flexbox you can achieve layout. You cannot achieve the exact design. Exact design, if you have to achieve, you will have to see the box model property. You have to understand typographical properties. You have to practice those things to get this exact, look and feel. I am saying now the alignment. With flexbox we can get the layout, positioning. What if I want contact or somewhere to be in the, here? What? Okay, now I'm going to ask you another question. So what if I want this about to be in the end?
Using order
Okay, what should I give?
for.
For about, let me add a different class.
Yes.
Okay, I should be adding for anchor tag, or I should be doing it for li.
Li.
Li, not for the anchor tag. If you do anchor tag, because it's not a flex child, li is
Yes.
a flex child, correct? So let's say I add about. Yeah, so now what is the value I should give for about?
About order for.
Why you should give order for about? Why you need order for? What's the
Lower the
default value
post
of order?
0.
Then why you need 0 or 4? You just make it 1, which is more than the other values. See now,
1.
see now, these are all zeros. Now this has become 1. So all zeros will be first and then the 1 will come.
Ah, yes, sir.
See, you make it 4, even then it will work.
Yes.
The point is you should not use too much of, gap. You should just 1. So let's say next tomorrow, like, or you decide like future to be in the end. Then you have to
Yes.
give 5. You cannot give 2, 3, 4. Yeah, unnecessarily you should not use it. Fine. So this is how you should actually learn flex, and the way you can implement simple navigation bar using flex. Maybe there are different ways. This is one of the way. Meaning using same flex properties itself, there are different approaches to implement it. I would say this is one of the approach.
Ah,
All right. Yes.